Billboard Philippines.
On this episode of Billboard Philippines Volumes, we have Regine Velasquez Alcacid on the show. She talks about her 40 years in the music industry and who was the artist that started it all for her. All that and more as we turn up the volume on Regine Velasquez Alcacid.
Billboard Philippines.
Welcome to Billboard Philippines Volumes, where we turn up the volume on your favorite artist stories. Don't forget to follow and subscribe for more content like this. Today on Billboard Philippines Volumes, we're here with one of the most awarded singers in OPM history, with 22 Awit Awards, 17 Aliw Awards, and 17 Star Awards for music, with 14 albums attaining platinum and multi-platinum sales, including one diamond album, and over 8.5 million records sold in the Philippines. She is the best-selling Filipino artist of all time. With 40 years in the industry, she stands as an enduring icon whose voice and artistry continue to inspire generations of fans and fellow musicians alike. Please welcome one and only Miss Regine Velasquez.
Hello.
Hi, Miss Regine. It is truly an honor for me to be sitting here in front of you. I'd like to ask, what was your music ground zero? Like, what was the song or artist that started it all for you?
That started it all for me, Sharon Cuneta.
Okay.
I was a big Sharon Cuneta fan. And the very first song I ever memorized by myself was Mr. DJ. I heard it over the radio and I loved it so much. I was such a big Sharon fan. And that was it. The reason for my being here is because I joined an amateur singing contest at the age of 5. And I experienced being on stage at the same age. And I loved it. I loved the applause. And right then and then, at the tender age of 5,
Wow.
I decided that I was going to be a singer. Because I love the applause. You know, I love yung wow, ang galing niya kumanta. So, at the tender age of 5, I said, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. And the rest was history.
Okay. So you're marking 40 years now, but since you mentioned that you started singing in front of an audience at the age of 5, although I think this question is better answered if we start from when your professional career started. So, how would you describe yourself as an artist now compared to like in 1986 when you first started?
I've gone through many changes. My style was very, very different then. I've experimented throughout the years. My voice have changed. My style have changed. Compared to before, my voice is so different. Also, I didn't like the sound of my voice when I was younger,
Okay.
especially yung mga recorded songs ko before. I also didn't like my my voice back then. As a matter of fact, I didn't like listening to my recorded songs back then, especially in the 90s. I didn't like my voice back then. Parang hindi ako nagagandahan sa boses ko. Parang mataas lang. I felt like it was too parang squeaky. I started liking the quality of my voice siguro, the tone of my voice when I was in my 30s na. Because it had more depth. It became rounder. Because as you get older, parang nagiging deeper yung voice mo. Nagkaroon ng character yung voice ko. And so, tsaka naging mas maarte na ako. Oo, sa tone. Kasi nung mga early 90s, I also started to produce my own album na. And so I became more parang nitpicky and more aware of my tone
Okay.
as far as recording is concerned. So, naging ano na ako, very, very aware of because back then I didn't know about tone. Yung how to make my voice come out, how to make it sound like this, how to make it, how to make it sound more warmer. I didn't know those things before eh. So, basta kakanta lang ako, lalagyan ko lang ng feelings, but I didn't know how to make it sound like yung particularly like this, how to make it maarte, how to put color, yung mga ganun ba. So, I wasn't very aware. Siyempre, bata pa ako eh. So, I was just following their instructions, the people that was surrounding me at that time. So, I was just listening to their instructions. So, hindi ko pa alam. But when as I was getting older, pinapakinggan ko yung mga records before ng mga idols ko. Sabi ko, bakit iba yung sound nila? And since I was getting involved with my career and I started to learn na rin how to produce, I learned na meron pala there's such a thing as a tone. Now you can make it sound like this, you can make it sound like that, and you can put colors. Naging maarte na ako, to make a long story short. So I was learning a lot more. And yun, parang mas nagustuhan ko na.
Okay.
Yung boses ko, hindi lang siya mataas na. And it wasn't just about belting anymore.
Okay. So who were your mentors, like early mentors in terms of production? Because this is like interesting to me. This is new to me.
Yeah.
Na you actually became very more hands-on in not just you didn't just sing what was given to you. You wanted to be more involved in the production of your work.
Here kasi, in the Philippines, wala akong masyadong naging mentor as far as recording. Kasi, nung araw, you just have to, ang mga naging mentors ko, yung mga arrangers. Sila Cesar Aguas, yung mga nakakatrabaho ka din, mga musical directors, sila lang din talaga. Sila Lori Ilustre, sila Louie Ocampo, sila lang din talaga yung nag-mentor sa akin. So, yung mga backup singers like si Bob C. Molina, sila lang yung mga naging mentors ko, which is actually a big help. Like Bob C. Molina is such a big idol of mine. She's a backup singer. But she's a brilliant backup singer because I also love doing backups. Kasi nowadays I love arranging. I didn't even know I was actually arranging my backup vocals. I didn't know. I was just playing around with harmonies and all that stuff. I didn't know that I was arranging it. I was just doing mag-layer tayo dito, ganyan. Gagawin ko yung ganito, ganun. I didn't know that I was actually arranging it. Basta I thought I was just playing around. I didn't know I was arranging. But I got that. I was heavily influenced by Babsy Molina.
Okay.
So, siya yung naging mentor ko talaga.
Okay. So in your 40 years sa industry, ano yung mga moments that like opened the biggest doors for you? Can you name like a few?
I don't know kasi kung ano yung mga milestones ko eh. Like, siguro for me, Boss Vic
Okay.
is like my biggest godfather because he opened a lot of doors for me, like movies, even in hosting, kasi siya yung unang-unang recording companies. Well, not the first, but he opened a lot of doors for me, like in movies and recordings. He saw me in Noli Me Tangere because I became part of that. I did Maria Clara. And then we saw each other in the lobby of CCP. And then he said to me, "Oh, you can do a movie again." And then I said, "What? The best friend of the bida?" "No, the lead na." "Huh?" Then I got confused and then he left. And then 2 months after, I did Wanted Perfect Mother. Yung mga ganun ba? So, and then after that, I kept doing movies na. And then, of course, my manager, Ronnie Nares, GMA gave me a lot of TV shows. Ano pa? They gave me so many breaks. Doing SOP and nag-host ako ng mga ano yan, yung mga singing contest, mga ganyan. So, sila yung mga nagbigay ng break sa akin na ganun eh. So, I would say that.
So let's go to the early days, the earliest days. So parang you joined ang Bagong Kampiyon.
Wow, alam niyo pa yung ang Bagong Kampiyon. Normally, they would mix up the title eh. They would always say, Tawag ng Tanghalan, mali, Bagong Kampiyon. Ikaw lang yung nagsabing tama
Bert Marcelo.
Tama
Yeah.
Maganda yung research niyo
What were the earliest lessons that you learned, whether in your first singing lessons or like during your Bagong Kampiyon days, that still stick with you today? Like you still subscribe to them whenever you're about to go to the stage?
Just do your best. To do your best. Whatever you do in life, kaya singing contest yan or test sa school, just do your best. Whatever it is, concentrate, do your best. Kasi ako noon, I wasn't really even thinking of winning the contest because you don't think about that. When you're on stage, you don't think of winning. Of course, you hope that you will win, but you don't want to think about that because you don't want to put pressure on yourself because kasi pressured ka na eh. Doing the contest, you're already pressured. Why do you want to pressure yourself more? Just do your best and hope for the best. Diba? So,
You also mentioned that growing up, you were an introvert,
I was.
but you've become more social since, of course, entering showbiz. And
Actually, alam mo, all throughout my life, I was an introvert. It was just lately na naging extrovert ako when I met my husband, when he became my boyfriend.
Okay.
Actually, lately lang yun. Because he taught me how to be more social. But all throughout my life, I was really, because I was a shy person. I was painfully shy. I would hide myself sa likod ng tatay ko. I would not talk. Even sa concert, I would rather sing than like have a spiel. Kung kunwari, like ito yung makikipag-usap ako sa'yo, I'd rather sing actually than talk. Because my personality would, in my head, my personality would come out more if I sing. But if I speak, I feel like I have nothing good to say. So I would rather sing. I'm that kind of person. So I would rather not say anything.
so, pag singing, it's easier to overcome
It's
shyness.
easier
Okay.
for me. And I feel like I have more to say than if I actually talk, when I actually speak. Parang ganon. Parang feeling ko ganon. Like I'm painfully shy. And I remember when I was younger, feeling nila I'm soplada
Okay.
because I refuse to say anything. I refuse to mingle with people because I have nothing to say to them. I don't want to mingle kasi nga I'm so shy. Pero on stage, nagiging halimaw ako. Halimaw talaga ako on stage. Pero it's because I'm performing. I'm a different person. But when I have to be with people, I can't. Like, I have no personality, I feel like.
Okay. How did winning ang Bagong Kampiyon affect your confidence and awareness of self as an artist?
During that time, I thought I was going to be so successful already because I won ang Bagong Kampiyon. This is it, guys. I'm successful. But No. Not yet. It didn't do it for me yet. So, but really at that time, I thought, this is it. I'm going to be so successful already. But no.
What were the sobering moments that came after that that made you realize that you weren't yet?
Because I was still riding the bus.
Okay.
I was still riding the bus and tricycle, and people didn't recognize me. And I was still having a hard time. Time was, life was still hard for me. It wasn't it yet.
Okay.
I was still, I recorded one song and it wasn't it yet. But it was okay.
Okay.
Kasi, wala pa, hindi pa. Hindi pa siya. It wasn't my time yet. But it was okay.
Well, undeniably, marami ng it na nangyari since then. And I want to talk about like how you work currently. You do a lot of collaborations, like whether it's
Oo.
recorded or live. Everyone from Jackie Chung, even Paul Anka, and David Hasselhoff.
Yes.
Kumakanta pala. How do you mentally prepare for a collaboration, whether it's in the studio or in concert?
I just do it.
Mhm.
I don't know actually how I mentally prepare myself for anything like that, but I just do it. I just do it. I just sing. I told you it's easier for me to sing than to actually converse with anyone. That's easier for me to do.
So when you like meet your collaborator, you're like
Yeah.
shy.
I'm shy.
Okay.
I'm shy. But when I sing, that's the easiest part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Recently on Twitter, on X, you admitted that performing nowadays gives you a lot of anxiety. But what pulls you through each time?
Because I have to do it.
Okay.
The show must go on.
Yes. Of
Because it
course.
really has to go on. When I was younger, I open my mouth and there's a voice. Because when I open my mouth, there really is a voice. No matter if I'm sick or whatever, or I'm dying or whatever, like rain, shine, I open my mouth and there's a voice. Nowadays, it's not like that anymore. Only because I've gotten older. And I think people don't understand that. Actually, I also don't understand that. It's different now. I've gotten older. And for women kasi, it's different.
Yes.
We go through, my voice have gone through a lot of changes, but somehow I still am able to pull through. Pero nowadays, it's more difficult. Parang pagka nadadagdagan ng digits yung edad ko, mas nababawasan yung boses ko. And it's getting more difficult to sing. And it's getting harder and it's getting harder. And I don't know how to explain it to the world that it's not, I'm not the same person. It's not the same voice. And that's why I'm having a difficult time performing, But I'm not the only one who goes through, kasi ganun talaga yun. As you get older, it really changes. Hindi lang naman ako yung nakaka-experience nito. May iba rin naman. Ganun talaga. I think because nakalimutan ng tao na pag tumatanda ka, ganun talaga yun. Ganun talaga. I think it's also the kind of singing that they have gotten used to. The people think that I'm still in my 20s and they're still looking for that big voice. It's not like that anymore. It's impossible for me to still have that kind of voice. I mean, I still have my voice, but it's just not the same voice. Kumbaga, I still have it, but it's just not that kind. Hindi ko na kaya yung mga kinakanta ko before. I still have it, but it's a different kind of voice. I still can sing, of course, but hindi na lang yung yung parang yung parang papunta na akong Mars. Hindi na lang yung hindi ko na lang din kaya yung ganon. But it's just a different voice. Hindi ko na kaya yung mga ganon. But the good thing is that I'm aware that I can't anymore sing those kinds of songs, and I don't yung hindi ko na pipilitin yun, wag na. Kasi I'm very aware that I can't anymore. Hindi ko na pipilitin yun. And plus, parang hindi na rin masyadong bagay. Diba?
Actually, that's a good segue to my next question. Kasi kahit nawawala yung, even if your voice isn't the same anymore, you're still able to innovate. In like, for example, your last two concert runs, like Solo and Regine Rocks, you've performed songs that you've never performed before, like viral hits from Lizzo, Jessie J, and even rock classics like Guns N' Roses, Eraserheads. Is this a form of like innovation through necessity dahil nga your voice has changed, or this is like really you going out of your comfort zone and trying these things?
I like experimenting.
Okay.
Also because I've never sang a Lizzo song, so I sang it. And as far as yung mga, I did this rock concert only because I've never done a rock concert, so why not? I'm like that. So I do those kinds of things. But nowadays it's a little bit harder for me to experiment. So I try to maneuver what I can actually do with my voice now and the changes I'm going through. So let's see what else I can do with this kind of voice now. But I think I can still do some stuff. I'm recording a new album now.
Oh,
so let's see what else I can do with this voice.
Tapos recently, you've also covered songs by Zach Tabudlo and Adi
Yeah,
and
I
the
did.
Ones.
Oh, I love their songs.
Yes. How is it important? How important pala? How important is it for you to give props to these younger Pinoy artists through your performances?
It's not very hard because they have beautiful songs. They do the melody. I'm a melody kind of person. I listen. Sa akin, melody is more important than lyrics. I don't know. I get more drawn to the melody first and then lyrics. I don't know why, but I'm a melody first kind of person, and I love their melodies. I love it. So they're the OPM artists now. They are so incredibly talented, and I hope that they continue to make more music. Kasi they carry OPM now.
Is there anyone else that you want to add to your repertoire na ano?
I want to
Hindi pa?
sing TJ songs, more of TJ songs, because I love his songs. I do. I love TJ songs.
Okay. 40 years worth of experience. You've learned a lot of lessons from the music industry.
Have I?
So from everything that you've learned, everything you've experienced, what is one valuable skill outside of music that every aspiring singer or musician should cultivate in order to make it?
To never lose hope. I know that when you're a singer, sometimes you keep putting your songs out there, and alam mo yung meron kang, is someone hearing me? Di ba minsan may ganon, yung parang, is someone hearing my songs? Is someone really listening to what I'm putting out there? You know, no matter what, yes, someone is hearing you, someone is listening to what you're putting out there. Kasi minsan nakakapagod din na parang, talaga ba? May nakikinig ba? May nakikinig ba? Merong nakikinig. Akala mo lang wala, pero meron. So do not lose hope. Just keep writing songs. Just keep performing your songs. Kasi you'll never know. One day, si TJ, 10 years yan nandyan na. 10 years yan nagre-release lang ng nagre-release. Tapos akala niya walang nakikinig, yun pala. Meron. Akala mo lang wala. Pero meron. Hindi totoo talaga. It's the same story of Moira. She thought no one was listening. And she was just writing songs. She kept putting her songs out there. And she was about to give up. And then suddenly, wala lang. Sumabog lang siya. So never lose hope. Just keep putting your songs out there. And just when you think na walang nakikinig, some miracle will happen.
Do you ever reflect on the fact that your career has 40 years, has lasted 40 years? And if you do, what sort of feeling does it give you? Is it more of nostalgia? Is it a sense of pride for all of your accomplishments? Or do you also feel like a renewed sense of purpose na marami pa akong pwedeng gawin? Parang ganun.
All of the above.
Okay.
But to tell you frankly, it was just during that time, lahat to trabaho lang eh. Hindi ko naman inisip na, sikat ako naglalakad ako sa EDSA. Sikat ako It was, I'm gonna do this so I'd be iconic. I never thought about that. Someone asked me that question. Ate, ano yung mga ginawa mo ba na naisip mo na iconic ka dito? Parang, huh? Sabi ko sa kanya, no one actually asked me that question because I never thought about that. Everything that I do was just work. I did them because I love my job. Everything that I was doing was work. Syempre pinaplano mo naman lahat. Bawat concert, planado mo naman yun.
Right.
Pero it was still work. As a matter of fact, pagkatapos ng concert na to, nasa susunod na akong concert, kung ano yung next concept ko. Never ko inisip na itong concert na to magiging iconic to. I never think of it that way. Or itong guesting na to will be so big, it'll be, it wasn't like that at all. I never treated it that way. Because for me, it was a job that I have to do. And so I do it and that's the thing, I make sure that I do it well. Once I commit to a job, I make sure that I will do it well. Kasi ganun yun eh, diba? Kay libre, kay may bayad, kay ano pa man, I do it well. And so, ganun yun. That's how I treat everything. It was just all a job. And siguro kaya wala akong sense of parang 40 years akong sikat. Hindi ko yun naisip. For me, I was working. For me, it was a job. And I go home to Bulacan. And I was treated as ate. It was just like that. And I didn't think, yung totoo talaga, I didn't really think that sumikat ako. For me, I was just really working.
Nice.
Mali ba yun?
No, I don't think so.
I didn't
Because
really...
actually, it For me, if you treat everything as a
Yeah.
job, you're gonna be professional.
Hindi, baka people might think that I was ungrateful, that I was just treating it as a job because I thought really it was that. But I did enjoy it.
And you do it with pride.
I do it with pride. And I was so serious about it. And I made sure that I was good at every job. Kaya may bayad, kaya wala. Basta I said yes to it. Talagang serious ako
Panindigan.
doon. Paninindigan ko talaga yun. So I would rehearse. I would do everything for that job. Pero, tsaka never ako, kahit magkasakit ako, I will show up. I will do everything for that job.
And you wouldn't do it if you didn't love it in the first place.
I love my job. I really did. Even up to now, I love it. I love singing. I love my job. And I am so grateful. Kasi, this job has helped my family. Like I said, my family was so poor. And my greatest accomplishment,
There you go, may sagot na.
my greatest accomplishment ever in the world is I was able to help my family. My four brother and my three sister, my brother and my three sisters, they all graduated from college. That's my greatest accomplishment. Not the awards, not everything. Apparently, I have
Yeah.
how many olive? I didn't even know. But my greatest accomplishment, yung siblings ko nag-graduate from college. Kasi yun na ang, in my head, yun ang yun ang goal ko. Mag-graduate sila from college. Yun ang goal ko. Sabi ko, pagka nag-graduate sila sa college, okay na ako. Yun talaga yung goal ko nung bata ako. Basta mag-graduate yung mga kapatid ko sa college, okay na ako. Yan ang goal ko. So that's my accomplishment.
Nice.
Yun lang ang goal ko talaga. So that's my job. Kung magawa ko yan sa life ko, yan na yun. Okay na ako dun.
Pero given that, is there anything that would make you stop singing or performing?
Performing, talaga. Actually, papunta na ako dun.
Okay.
Papunta na ako dun. I'm celebrating. Ba't nagbibinata ako? Nagbibinata? May problema ba tayo? Hello? May problema? May problema ba tayo, voice? Nagbibinata ba tayo? Actually, I'm celebrating my 40th year in the business. And to celebrate that, I'm going to have a concert sometime in October, pero wala pa kaming date. At wala pa kaming venue. But it's going to be my last big concert.
Ooh,
Yes.
okay.
To celebrate my 40th year. It's going to be my last big concert. Although I still have some projects next year, but this will be my last big solo concert.
Okay. Yun. So,
Yung iba mga dance concert na siguro yun. Hindi na singing. Yeah.
okay. To the future. Eric Santos was one of the people who reacted to what you posted recently, right? And he said,
Alam mo, can I just say that I didn't mean for that post to be so controversial. I just posted because it was on my mind. I didn't mean for it to be so,
overanalyzed.
yeah, like it became so viral, and I'm like, huh? What happened there? I just said I'm stressing out because I was so nervous, and I just tweeted that to tell people na this is kasi nag-iiba na yung manifestation. Yung kung dati pag bata ka, you're just nervous, you're just aligaga. But as you get older, the manifestation becomes different na. You get more stressed out. I guess, iba yung na-tweet ko, but parang nagkagulo na yung buong Pilipinas. Sorry naman. But I had to like parang kailangan kong bawi na, okay na po ako. Okay, ang dami nagpadala sa aking flowers. So kailangan ko ito. Sana next time cash. Oo, sana cash na lang. No, but I'm really okay. Pero like I said, when you get older, syempre mas iba na yung manifestation. Yung asawa ko nga pag nagko-concert siya, parang feeling niya yung aatakihin siya sa puso. Yung parang nag-iiba talaga yung manifestation as you get older. It's really like that. Pasensya naman. Ganun talaga yun.
Yeah, pero ang ganda na sinabi niya. Like, he said that your legacy is defined by 4 decades of being the heartbeat of OPM. That's a beautiful, beautiful statement.
Kasi best friend ko naman yun si Eric Santos eh. Kasi pinapakain ko siya lagi.
So what is it about Filipino music and all its artists that keeps your heart beating for OPM?
OPM kasi, no matter how we try to, or other people will try to say that we don't have a sound, but we do. We actually have our own sound that's very, very unique. Filipinos are very romantic. The way we write our songs are, tayo lang yung ganun eh. The way we write our songs, tayo lang yung marubdubin magsulat ng kanta. Tayo lang yung marubdubin magsulat ng melody. Tayo lang yun eh. Kasi nga, we're very dramatic. Diba, we're very dramatic. So we write songs that way also. And we sing songs very dramatic also. And ang nakakatuwa sa mga OPM artists, yung kabit-kabit din yung mga bituka namin. We're very close. Kasi like me, I'm in my mentorship era. And I love these kids. And they don't mind hearing, yung mga... Kasi of course, I have 40 years of experience. And I don't want to bring that to the grave. I want to be able to share that experience with these kids. Because they will inherit OPM. Sayang naman if I keep it to myself. They might learn a thing or two. Diba? So, I mentor them. Hopefully nga, they will learn from it.
Okay. So you mentioned one final big show concert in October. After that, what's next?
I still have mga projects next year. And then eventually, I retire.
Simple lang.
Simple lang.
Simple lang.
Sabi ng asawa ko, retirement means naman not really stopping altogether. It means doing whatever it is that you want to do. But it will free me from yung pressure of yung trying to please everyone, which I like. You know.
Wise. Very wise.
Dapat parang hindi naman daw talaga kasi 'di ba yung concept natin nung retirement is yung tumunganga ka na lang sa bahay mo. Parang ayoko din naman yun, no? Parang, anong gagawin ko? Parang, parang hindi din ako sanay nun. But, kasi I kept thinking, what am I gonna do next if I retire? Parang, I have to find something to do. Parang mananahiba ako. Kailangan ako bumili ng sewing machine. Tapos mag-a-apply ako kay Rain bilang mananahi. I don't know. But I have to find something to do. But I guess, I don't have to completely stop. Sabi ng asawa ko. Retirement means hindi ka totally kailangan tumigil. You just have to free yourself of the pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have several questions from fans here.
Fans?
Okay. Nagpa-survey kami online.
May survey, oo.
Ayan.
Nakita ko nga yun, so
actually, there
na-pressure
were
ako.
apparently 400 submissions, I believe, and we narrowed it down. So, first question. How does it feel knowing you've impacted the lives of many
Na
gay
impact.
you okay, how does it feel knowing that you've impacted the lives of many gay fans and that you're considered a gay icon to the point that there have been studies about it?
Nakakatawa nga yun. That there have been studies. Parang nakakatawa nga. Alam mo ba, meron akong thesis. May thesis about me. Ateneo ba yun? Sa Ateneo ba yun? Yung mga thesis nila. Nakakatawa. Ang cute naman. Ang cute naman. I'm actually very flattered and very thankful. I actually don't know how it started and why. I don't know. But again, I'm very flattered but still I don't know why. Siguro they can relate to the songs I sing. I think it's also my gowns. I don't know. The LGBTQ plus community have been supporting me all these years, and I'm very thankful. I'm grateful. But again, I don't know why. But thank you guys.
From another fan, I have been one of your fans for a long time, and as a teacher, I truly admire your passion and dedication for your craft. My question is, what advice would you give someone who has been doing their job for many years but still strives to grow, improve, and give their best every day?
Passion.
Mhm.
In anything that you do, you have to be passionate. Get teacher ka, o singer ka, or whatever, or host. You need to be passionate. Diba? Kasi otherwise, what would be the point? Like me, for example, I became like this because I was so passionate about singing. I practiced every day. I don't think you'd be good at anything if you don't have passion. Kasi pag passionate ka with anything, magiging magaling ka kasi pinractice mo yun kasi gusto mo yun eh. Ginusto mo yun eh. Kung kunwari, passion mong maging dancer, papracticein mo yun kasi gusto mong maging magaling na dancer. You get what I mean? If you wanna be a teacher, edi, you'll learn. Papracticein mong magaling na teacher. So, you will read, you will do everything to become a really good teacher. So, be passionate.
Thank you, Miss Regine,
Thank
for
you so much.
your time and being on this episode of Billboard Philippines.
Thank you for
Volumes.
having me.
This has been a very, very, very wonderful conversation. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Billboard Philippines Volumes. So hit subscribe and follow us on our YouTube fan channel for more.
Billboard Philippines.